the hell are you doing?
Fuck that up motion on.
You are a goddamn what is that? Idiot! Now get after the others. Come on. The train is slowing down to go through the station. Now's our chance. Hey, cut that out. Get to the side of the train. Yeah. Hey, stop that. See the flat carriage? Head for that. Get us as close as you can. You think you can jump on there? Me? Why me? Because you ride like my grandmother. God bastard! I didn't do nothing! You bastard! Let go!
Nice.
Stay on them! Stop!
Stop it.
Come on, shitbag! Come on! You stop them, I'll stop the train. Bastard! Damn bastard! Get the hell away from me!
Oops, 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 oops. I sort of sideways dived off the fucking train there.
You hold it right there!
Oops.
Come on! You stop them, I'll stop the train. Hold! Come on, shitbag! Bastard! Damn bastard! Get the hell away from me! Gonna be... Come on, Mr. Callahan, I'm relying on you. Where you gonna run to? I'm coming for you next. I'm gonna ride ahead and stop the train. It's just us then, lawman. Come here. Do we need to bother? Let me go. Can't do that. Too late. Just don't kill him. Sadly so. Watch yourself.
No!
He's as dirty as they come. Come on. Come on. I'm right out here if you need me. Just some doing and then take it in, all right? Need some gin? Come on.
That's that shit. Yeah, fucking prick.
Hello? Is everything all right in there?
Well, I don't think he's dead. I think I won the fight.
I was streaming again there, so.
Just about.
No light in the fucker, I suppose not. Maybe he's just been transported to jail. The US government will have looted him already.
Bring him out here.
Deputy,
Sounded like quite a commotion. Is that him?
I sincerely hope so.
Old Anders Anderson.
For what now?
Take him in, come on. A fine job, well done. And a pat on the back for me for stopping the train. Load Anders onto the back of your horse there, and we'll take him to Sheriff Gray. There you
Boy,
go.
this one fucking
You
does
are
it.
a natural. All right, let's take him in. Follow me.
What about the others?
Oh, we'll round them up. Anders back there is the brains of the operation, and that's really saying something.
You're the boss.
That was mighty impressive, sir. I have to admit. I'd hazard a guess you've served the law yourself at some point.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that.
Are you familiar with the area
Fields
here?
and shit.
No, not really.
Okay.
On your right here, these tobacco
It's
fields?
14.
This is part of Caliga Hall, big estate belonging to the Gray family.
Looks bone dry.
Yes, we are in dire need of some rain round here, let me tell you. The Grays have lived in Caliga Hall for generations. Fine people. My family's been working for them for years.
What did I say? 8 seconds.
Sheriff Gray's the one I know best, of course, but they own half the businesses in town.
Which town?
Rhodes, sir. You don't know it? Where we're headed right now. Ain't what it was before the war, but it has its charms. I'm sure you already know of the Braithwaites.
Technical shit,
Like I
man.
said, just got down here.
Another big family in these parts. They have an estate west of here. Awful people, truly awful. They've been fighting with the Grays for
That's
as
the
long
fucker
as
who
I
had to
can
run them
remember.
already.
Sounds like quite the place you got.
We're gonna bear left here.
Seconds. Seconds, I think I said. What's the final one?
Whoa! Here we are. Welcome to Rhodes. Up there on your left is the Rhodes Parlor
Yeah,
House.
gunsmith's a pedo.
Very reputable saloon owned by the Gray family. We also have a general store, gunsmith, post office, train station, of course.
What more do you need?
Very little. Oh, good, they're back.
Fucking saddlers
That's
would
your
be good.
friend, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna stop just ahead on the right, outside the sheriff's office. Can you grab Anders off your horse and carry him in for me?
Oh, sure, fuck me. I'm getting paid by the fucking law, so
Sooner you get him off your horse, sooner we can get him in a cell. Bring him in so we can show Sheriff Gray.
Hey, fellas.
Mr. Gray! We got him.
Very good.
I told you Arthur would deliver. Man has a passion for justice.
That's wonderful.
So, about my friend here?
Your idiot friend is free to go. But no more trouble from you, partner.
I promise you, this was all just a big misunderstanding. However, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Now, I'll pretend to appreciate that. Mr. McIntosh, it has been a real pleasure. The mostly good citizens of Rhodes, we welcome you.
Well, we're just honored to be here.
And make your friend behave. We got enough trouble from some of the residents, old-timers who've gone, sadly, to seed and lost their dignity.
How terrible. Come along now. I will keep this fellow on the straight and narrow.
Bastard.
Come back and see us sometime soon. Excuse me, gentlemen. And Bo, these better be ugly rumors. Is it true you were seen talking to that wretched Penelope Braithwaite?
I can't thank you enough.
Where have you been?
Around,
And where are you staying?
I'm renting a caravan on the edge of town behind the church. It's horrible, but no one comes looking. The whole town is trapped in this interminable feud between the two families. His lot, Gray's, and Braithwaite's.
Interesting.
Two old plantation houses, falling out, rebel gold, marrying cousins, or not marrying.
Gold?
Arthur, Jose, you start poking around. See what you can find out about that.
I have missed you, boys. I've heard about bounty.
There's been a price on my head for 13 years. It'll take a month to find us down here, and it seems like we can have a little sport.
Well, they're good bounties.
Where you hear this?
Some fellas I met at a camp near the state line said there was talk of it in bars in the north and west for 500 miles. There was talk of super agents, some said.
Super agents. I'd love to meet one. It's just talk.
I'm sure it is, but I could not tell you.
Stay out of trouble.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, so these two plantation families. Arthur, you start sniffing around the Gray's place, see what the story is there.
Yeah, I passed by it earlier with our friend, Archibald.
Good. Hosea, you see what you can find out about these Braithwaites.
All right. Thank you, Arthur.
Quite a fishing trip.
There's still time. I'm up for it.
How about you, Arthur? Or have you had enough of the chase for one day?
Sure, why not?
Great. Hosea, why don't you lead us to that spot you were talking about? I kind of like this place.
Okay. Let's see if we can avoid any more excitement.
Here, Robert's too sick to work again, but folks said they see him regular at the saloon.
I heard that down at the well.
All right, gentlemen. Follow me.
Something shameful, right?
Don't surprise me.
So how far is this creek?
Counterclockwise.
Still, and it's
Ah,
not
no,
a
don't
creek.
do that
It's
to
the
me,
same
you
lake we
bad
camped on, just a
bastard.
different pipe. It'll be worth it. I saw some big drum and... Watch it. I saw some big drum and sturgeon there. Should be rock bass, bluegills, perch, pickerel too. It's a good spot.
Fucking reset out when I changed the type I wanted to do. Thought it would remember.
Trelawney owes everyone for something.
no
but
such
his
luck.
information is good.
Plus, we are now ingratiated with the local law. I'd say it was a worthwhile diversion all around.
Trelawney's like a bad penny.
I'm not sure how good a magician he is, but he's certainly good at disappearing when he feels like it.
Where does he go?
Everywhere and nowhere, it seems. We wouldn't have got Sean back if he hadn't been weaseling around down that way, though.
Ah! Hey, Dutch, remember that time you found him in the outhouse?
Oh, yeah. We hadn't seen him in weeks. We stopped in some dead-end town in the middle of nowhere. Don't even remember the name.
You and Bill were off doing something, Arthur.
So, we pick up some supplies. I go to relieve myself. Open the door, and there's Trelawney, sitting there, newspaper in hand. Mr. Vanderlyn. I say, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, I could ask you the same thing. Now, if you wouldn't mind giving me a little privacy, I ate a rotten oyster.
Hey, maybe there are actually 100 Trelawneys.
What a terrible thought.
So what Trelawney said about those bounty hunters? What you think?
This is the spot. Down to the left there.
Whoa!
Fuck up.
Yeah, that's
I saw some boats around last time. Be good to get to deeper water.
Hey, those the boats you mean?
Yes. Good.
Coming past.
Go on! Yeah! I'm sure nobody would mind if we borrowed one of these. Come on. All right. This looks like a fine vessel.
Okay. Come on, Arthur. Let's get her in the water.
Oh, I got a good feeling about fishing here. It's supposed to be some incredible sturgeon.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, there you know.
On the steering.
Let me row. You boys are too old for real labor no more.
You're too dumb for anything else.
You're still too quick for me, old man.
I enjoy picking on children. Now take us to the deeper water and pray for good luck and stupid fish.
But what about stupid luck and good fish?
That'll do too. Keep going. I think here's good.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen. Come on, Arthur. Don't be nervous.
Should really come here at dawn or dusk. That's when you catch the best fish. We should use a lake lure. That'll give us a much better chance of hooking something big like a sturgeon.
What's wrong with a good old worm?
Oh, worms are good for tiddlers like bluegill and rock bass, but you'd have to be real lucky to catch a sturgeon with one.
Lures it is, then. You heard the expert, Arthur. Let's bait up.
Keep the lure moving slowly on the water so it looks like a little fish just asking to be eaten.
I think that's a bite. There he is. Nice, you hooked him.
Someone's got some sweets.
Oh no, it's my pack of sugar. It's opening. For the coffee.
That looks good.
That feels like a bite. There we go. Damn it, I lost him. I got a bite. Got one.
Hey, look at this beauty.
There you go.
Well done, Arthur.
They can grow a lot bigger than that. Fella told me he once saw a monster lake sturgeon near the mouth of the river, just southwest of Saint Denis. 50-pounder, he reckoned.
I would like to see that.
They're all spinning the same way.
Hey, Hosea. You remember that time we sent Arthur out fishing? He came back with 3 beautiful bass.
Not this again.
I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah. You do. He was maybe 20. 21. Walked in all full of himself. We had a big feast. Toasted him all night.
This was 15 years ago.
Oh, I remember now.
Then, the next week, Arthur and I are at the market, and Fishmonger calls out, "So how did you enjoy those bass?"
Look, you can fish, or you can go drinking all day, rob someone, and buy some fish.
That's on the hook, Arthur. You're getting the hang of this.
I used to go fishing with this feller back in the day. Wesley, his name was. Real miserable bastard, but he loved to fish. We'd go out all the time. But one day, we were river fishing when we see a funeral procession going over the bridge, and out of the blue, Wesley stands up, takes off his hat, bows his head. Then he sits down, picks his rod back up, and carries on. Doesn't say a word. So I'm a little surprised and say, "Wesley, that was nice of you." And he replies, "Well, felt I had to. After all, I was married to her for 30 years.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, dear God. I'm not swimming ashore.
Just gotta reel him in now, Arthur.
Ha! Got ya! Remember those big salmon I caught in Montana last year? We had a banquet planned that night until Copper went and scoffed the lot.
You never had control of that dog.
He had some spirit, though. Never lost the puppy in him.
Yes, I
Not
think
to
I'm
the
done.
end.
You know, I
There's nothing I
remember
can
us
be bothered
saying how
doing for
Blackwater was the furthest east we'd ever been. As a group, I mean.
Feels like the more we try to head west, the further east we end up.
We had all those safe spots picked out to lie low in New Austin after the ferry job.
I liked it there. Still open and wild, the way it should be. Somehow the desert makes you feel closer to the sky.
No point us trying to get back that way anytime soon. Pinkertons had patrols out all over tall trees and Great Plains. We saw when we went back for Sean.
Well, look at us now, huh? It could be worse. Plans change. That's just how life goes.
The fucking thrums of them.
Did I ever tell you my mother's buried in Blackwater?
Really? She is?
Apparently so. I only found out from an uncle of mine years later. Last I knew, she was still outside Philadelphia. I left home at 15 and didn't see her again. She and I didn't always see eye to eye. I wasn't always a very obedient child.
I can only imagine.
Still, I loved her in my own way, and she me in hers. Somehow, even from the grave, she managed to have the last laugh. There you go. That's a nice one.
Keeping that one, eh?
I fucking am. What the fuck's your problem?
Got a nibble there, Arthur?
Something's nibbling.
Not bad, Arthur. Yeah, that's a keeper.
Hey, I reckon we call it a day, fellas.
Already?
You ain't been chasing down outlaws.
All right. Think we got a decent haul here. Pearson will be happy. Should we head back?
We could keep the boat not too far back to camp from here.
Good idea. Could be useful.
What about the horses?
Well, they'll find their way back.
Just follow the shore south, Arthur.
That was fun.
Aha!
Thank you, boys. Now, Hosea,
Yes.
how about a song?
Okay. All right, I got one for you. I asked that gal to give me some.
I asked that gal to give me some. She says, wait till the taters is done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. Threw her on the floor and knocked off some. I wish to God I'd have passed her by. I wish to God I'd have passed her by. Taters got burned and so did I.
That was pretty good. But you know, what song we should be singing?
What?
Well, look at us. 3 mariners.
Ah, of course.
Well, we be 3 poor mariners newly come from the seas. We spend our lives in jeopardy while others live at ease. Shall we go dance this round, around, around? Shall we go dance this round, around, around? And he that is a bully boy, come pledge me on this round, 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 round. We care not for the martial men that do our state's disdain, but we care for the merchantmen. Dance this round, around, around, to them we dance this round, around, around. And he that is a bully boy, come pledge me on this ground, the ground, the ground,
Fucking catchy numbers.
Bravo! Bravo! Well, you know, we should not let the folks back at camp think we have too much fun.
Indeed not.
All right. I think we are gonna be okay. I know. Well, I always know. Whenever I got you two by my side, things are gonna be just fine. This place will be good for us. For now, anyway.
I hope so.
Well, I am going to take in the view.
I'll give these fish to Pearson.
Arthur. Hello, Mr. Morgan.
Radio, folks. Yeah, fucking, I'm gonna call it a night.
Oh, no worries, buddy.